Yeah, I just saw yet another video of someone talking about referencing FDR and the New Deal. You know, and all of those kinds of things. And I feel like I've been saying that kind of stuff. Maybe I haven't been saying it on YouTube personally, but I've been screaming it out into the void. You know, the um, kind of meme style old man yells at the cloud kind of style for years. Um, you know, and kind of all I could say with regards to that is, you know, Republicans, 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 Republicans. Where are the people? Where are the people now who are voting for Republicans? Where, you know, you caused this mess. Every person that voted for Republicans in the last 40 years, you caused all the problems. You need to wake up and just admit that you fucked this up. You fucked it up. Be a man, admit that you fucked it up, and there you are. You listen to your pastors and your Billy Bob at the bar, who maybe was a little bigger than you, and you cowered to him. You were like, yeah, sure, whatever. And you went to the poll and you voted for a stupid ass Republican who went through went through their song and dance and talked about the American flag and whatever the fuck and God. And you know, once they got in office, they did their tax breaks and bullshit for the rich, and they slowly moved the country to the shithole that is now the United States of McDonald's or whatever. The United States of non-union. But whatever, you know, I don't really have to deal with it because I don't really want stuff. I don't have a job. I have epilepsy. I'm 40, 43. Maybe I'll just die soon anyways, so I don't have any kids. I don't have a wife. I don't have anything. But all you people, all you good old boys, that were fucking in high school and probably had kids at age 16 to 18 and voted for Republicans and are bitching about losing your job, probably bitching about losing your job to an immigrant, which isn't true. You lost your job because you voted for a Republican, and The Republicans, you didn't lose your job to an immigrant in America. The Republicans made a series of policies that busted up unions and made a whole lot of trade policies that said, all right, we'll open up a whole bunch of factories overseas in Mexico, in China, Vietnam, all these other places. And guess what? They did it. And hey, you get a lot of cheap shit in America, just like you wanted. And I guess it helped them out. So, it's good for them. It's good for us too. It helps out humanity, so I'm not really complaining about that. I'm a big picture kind of guy. It should help out humanity. And manufacturing is kind of shitty. I wouldn't want to do manufacturing. I had done it in my lifetime before I got on disability, and I couldn't stand it. I think I worked at the manufacturing job that I did. I was able to tolerate it for like a week, and then I had to get the fuck out of there because it was so boring. So, yeah, that's that. Even though it was good pay, I can't believe that anyone could stand doing it. You probably have the job requirement for working in a factory must be you're dumb as a brick. So, yeah. That's what Trump is running on. I want to bring manufacturing back. Why? Why do you want to bring coal back? Why do you want to bring back the shittiest jobs to America? Why do you want to bring jobs back at all? Why does anyone again why do you want to bring jobs back? That's my thinking personally. I don't know. But then again, those are the kind of people that got everyone into this mess in the first place. The people that want jobs. So, anyways. I guess I'm a different kind of problem. I was always a thinking person. I'm tired again. I went to bed early, kind of too early. That caused me to get up early. Anyways, now more people are seeing the problem. Well, I'm betting some people are gonna still blame the wrong people. We're like goddamn liberals. People are still, people are like, oh, I still hear people, pundits and video makers saying, oh, blaming Biden for Biden's economy, blah, blah, blah. And like, there wasn't anything going wrong while Joe Biden was president, really. I mean, there was just kind of the normal stuff. It could have been better, but that's kind of just normal America. And then we get a Republican in office, and it's the same old, same old. They come in there, it's like a wrecking ball. Trump is just like the worst of I mean, the Republican Party is just like a contest between who can be the shittier. It's like Reagan, Bush, Trump. A succession of shittier Republicans for the average American. And a better Republican for upper class, rich Americans. Because Reagan did great things for rich Americans. H.W. Bush was even better. W, better still. Trump, better still. But for average working class, it was a downward slope. And yet somehow, poor people just can't see it. Why? You're easy at being lied to. All I gotta do is tell them God stuff or something. The gays are coming for you. Mexicans are coming for you. Blah, blah, blah. Stupid California. California and New York are something, something, something. That's all. That's it. And I think, and then, just don't have enough memory span, and they had a 40 year long axing battle on education, just continually chopping away education, which education wasn't great to begin with. And in the 80s, when I was kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade, they should have started to reform education. And I mean reform it in a good way, meaning get out of the rote Here's your this, learn this, test that, blah, way. It should have been a more go back to the Leonardo's workshop way of education. Should have been a more go back to that, where you have a workshop and you have a master in the workshop and you have people in the workshop tinkering, and you have a person in the workshop that's leading the workshop. And there you are, doing it like that. And maybe for the first, the K through 5 or K through 3, that's where you learn your reading, writing, arithmetic, so that you have a good foundation to start with. But after that, go to the workshop. And the school is the school, and you have your arts workshops, your metals workshops, your sciences workshops, your maths workshops, and you can float between them. Weeks here, weeks there, blah, blah, blah. And you can tinker. But you have the masters there, the teachers, whatever you want to call them. Words, semantics, who gives a shit? You should have gone to something like that. You should have experimented with different formats. But no. They wanted to keep the funding. They wanted to keep everything the way it is because they wanted to keep people ignorant. To keep people ignorant. And you can end up here. So, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say other than Trump is a piece of shit and the Republicans are just as shitty. Democrats are not. They're not stepping up to the plate. I mean, the ball is going right down the middle, and the Democrats are just like, I don't know. Should I swing? It's like, yes, you should. You got a perfect pitch. Perfect. It's right down the middle. The ball is like sailing in there nice and slow. All you got to do is swing at the motherfucker. And you're not taking the easy swing. You could hit it fucking out of the stadium if you fucking just take the nice, easy fucking swing and fucking hit the fucking thing. But let's fucking do what my corporate master says. No, bitch. Grow a pair. Fucking reach back, fucking plant your foot, and fucking crank the bitch. No, you're not gonna do it. No. Because you're a whiny little whore. Whiny little... A little tiny Jewish bitch that doesn't have any fucking anything. You're that little twerp. Mommy, it's no fucking. Babe Ruth, that son of a bitch. Big old gut and ping it out of the park, you know. You're not doing it. They're not fucking doing it. We got Schumer. It's just, I mean, so many of these Democrats are just, you know, they're they're just like, I don't know, I don't want to say anything because the Jews won't give me money for my campaign. So then don't take the fucking money for the campaign. Fuck them. Their money is blood money anyways. Who cares? Why do you want their money for the campaign? You're already rich as shit. Who cares? Have some principles for the last 15 years of your life. You're set up. You're set up already. So tell all the Jews in Israel to go fuck themselves and work for America for once in your fucking life. Mm. Mm. And seriously, why the hell were we helping Israel so much? I mean, who gives a shit? Why does why do so many people care about the Middle East so much? I've never understood that in my entire life, why so many people care so much about the Middle East and all their conflicts. Let them fight it out. If they want to fight it out, let them fight it out. I'm sure in my times growing up, it probably had a lot to do with oil. That's probably what it was about. But now we don't need oil. So now we have no reason to be over there. We less and less need the oil. So, you know, fuck them. If they want to kill each other, let them kill each other. And, yeah. Same with Netanyahu. Once Netanyahu doesn't have any more support from America, he'll probably be booted out of office anyways. He doesn't really have, he's not as popular in Israel as he probably needs to be in order to stay in office for much longer. So he's probably going to be gone too. Anyways, whatever, tax rich people. Boobs. Those are my thoughts. If you don't like them, go somewhere else to get your own thoughts.